44 verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Aki, and pushing his word in truth and sincerity. All right. The nation of Israel are the children of the covenant. All right. The children of the covenant is the nation of Israel. And that covenant is the covenant with the living power Yahweh, which is in Hebrew, all right, meaning he is the living power of the nation of Israel. He is the power, the living power of all right, the living God. And he made a covenant with the nation of Israel, who received the promise from the fathers of the promise, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And when you go into Jacob, his name was changed to Israel when you read in Genesis 35, around the 10th verse. All right. And through Israel, he had 12 sons, okay? He would just make the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. That's why he said, "Oh, Jacob, my servant." And Jacob, like I said, he used Jacob's name as the nation of Israel as well. So sometimes he would say Jacob, which meaning the nation of Israel, or he would just say Israel, as we see here in verse 1. All right. And he chose them, and with the Lord, he changed not. But yet you have people try to say, you have some that try to say he and grafted in other nations throughout the world, but no. As we see here, okay? It says, verse 2, "Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. And I will pour my spirit upon thy seed." Okay? And thy seed is going into what? The seed that comes from the man, which was Jacob, name changed to Israel, and his seed after him. Okay? No other nation. That's why it says thy seed. Okay? And it says, "And my blessing upon thine offspring." So there you go. The blessing upon thine offsprings. Okay? And the offsprings are who? The nation of Israel. And that's just plain simple and to the point. This is Isaiah 49 and 16. It says, "Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me." So he is graven like you say, "Behold, I have graven upon thee." And when you put engrave something, that means it is basically embedded in there, right? And he said, "He graved thee upon the palms of my hands." All right. So this is engraved what? The nation of Israel. All right. The Lord has basically in his it used to be a old song that say he got the whole world in his hand, but now that's saying, and if you have it in the palm of his hand, he's going into the nation of Israel in his hand. So it's no other nation that basically will receive mercy and deliverance but the elect. All right. Like in Isaiah 44, let's go to verse 4. It says, and they shall spring up among, and this is going to his offspring that we read about in verse 3. It says, "And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses." All right. And it says, "O shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall say, it shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand upon Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel." All right. And now we're standing upon our feet. Okay. And we're given that name, and that's the name of what? The Lord. As what is that? Proverbs 30, it says, "What is his name and what is the son's name, if thou canst tell?" All right. And that name is Yahweh, and the son is Yahweh Shai. Now, what is the name of Israel? When you go into the name of Israel, that goes into what? Yasharallah. All right. Yah meaning he, and Shar is going into Prince, and this is in the Hebrew. Allah, okay, the etymology of it. Allah is okay, is going into what? Power. So Yashar Allah, the Prince of the Power. All right. This is Genesis. Uh, this is Genesis 35, and let's get right to the point. Verse 10. It says, and it say God, but let's say that's going into Yahweh, meaning he exists. All right, the living power. And Yahweh said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Okay, because, and he said, thy name shall not be called Jacob anymore. Thy name shall not be called anymore Jacob, but Israel shall by thy name, and he called his name Israel. And I'm gonna read that over. Salaki, it says, and Yahweh said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. All right. And that's going as he said, your name shouldn't be like say Yaiquab, which is Jacob, the supplanter. It says you will be what? Now you're being called what? The Prince of the Power. This is the going into that blessing, a covenant that he made with Jacob. That's why his name was changed to Israel. All right. And he says, verse 11, and Yahweh said unto him, I am Yahweh Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. Okay, so be fruitful and spread thy seed. Okay, thy sperma. Okay, the seed comes from the man. All right, keep going. And a nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. All right. So the king, you would see what kings come out of your loins, and that's going what your it's going to come from you through your seed to create what a nation of kings and priests. Verse 12, and the land which I have gave Abraham and Isaac to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. All right. So he's going to give the land to the nation of Israel. All right. And so he's gonna deliver us back in that land. We don't supposed to just like you say, just be over. I'm not be over in the and make our own trip over to the land and say, you know what, we're gonna say this is us, and we're gonna build the third temple and things like that. No, that's what the small hats did. All right. This is I'm going to read 34 and 35. This is Baruch 2, 34 and 35. It says, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised. All right. When we just read, he was going to deliver the seed that he was going to make, deliver kings out of through the seed of Israel. And they were going to be made kings. And he's going to basically bring them to the land that he gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. So that's what it's talking about. It says, and I will bring them again to the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. All right, so if this is the end time prophecy, and this is going to be, like I say, a deliverance, and the Lord is going to place it back in the land, this is when it's going to be the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven to be established here upon earth. And you don't hear where he said it's going to be any other nation reigning but the nation of Israel. All right, through the blood seed, through the line, through the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And this time around, like you say, that deliverance is going to be brought through by the elect. All right. So the covenant is with the children of Israel. So with that, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yahweh in pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.